everybody, Corrine Stephanie back for the North Shore Football Spotlight, and this time I'm with the North Shore Mustangs. This interview, I can honestly say, was so inspiring, and you guys are going to see why the North Shore Football League is so amazing. The passion and drive that these coaches have for the game is exceptional. So get ready to learn why the North Shore Mustangs. Why Mustangs?
Why Mustangs? I think it's the commitment level that's put in by all members. You know, like once the season starts, I'd say we live here. You know, we're here all the time. We're always making sure we're prepared, going above and beyond. I really think as a coach, especially at the midget level, we have to have a commitment to always being better, always improving, always, you know, finding something new. What are other people doing? What are other successful programs doing? What can we take from them and apply to ourselves to make ourselves better? I think that is one of the things I like the most about being here. I would go as far as to say I think that every single football team, every single football coach should always be striving to be better all the time. But I know from my experience being here that is something that's been adopted by everyone here. So it's something that really stands out to me. It's something that I have not necessarily seen everywhere else. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the staff. I'm proud of North Shore as an organization. I'm proud of my own achievements. So that's why I would say North Shore is the place to be.
And what inspires you?
What inspires me? Wow. You know, it's a competitive sport. So as a football coach, at the end of the day, you know, we like the competition. We like the wins, obviously. We use the losses as teaching moments, but you know, we're competitive. We want to win. But again, it's the meaningful relationships that have developed over the last 27 years for me that are the most inspiring, right? So when you have that player that comes back after 20 years and you know, he's married, he has 3 kids, he has a career, he's done well for himself, and he can attribute some of his success to the habits and the qualities, the things he got out of football from playing football. I think that is probably the most inspirational thing for me and why I continue to do it, right? So
how many championships?
This program has won, since its inception, 27 provincial championships, and it's probably been to close to 40 finals, right? Can't win them all, obviously. So if you're going to define success by wins, then this is very much an extremely successful program. But I don't think we can necessarily equate success to just win-loss. Again, we look at how many kids have come through this program, how many kids have moved on to better things, have gone to school, have gone to CJIP, have gone to university, have made it to professional level football, have made it just into great careers. You know, that's our responsibility as an organization and as a football team and as coaches, is to make sure these kids become productive members in society. That's the habits and the things that they get from football are going to serve them throughout their life, and we have to have that mentality all the time when we coach, period.
After the kids have gone through your program, or finish off with the Mustangs and gone from Adam all the way to Mustangs with North Shore.
Mm-hmm.
So you're the last one to see them, and once they head off into the CJEPs or wherever they end up going, do they often come back and talk about their successes and their lives?
Yeah, they come back all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Preseason, you'll see guys are floating around everywhere. They all want to get back on the field. They all want to come and practice a little bit. We even got guys that are, that are in the CFL that will come back, and they'll talk about how, they love the game, they love football, but this level that they played, the midget level, was still, like, to them, their best memories they've ever had in football, and that's because it's at a point where you're making your friends, you're still in high school, it's a great time for kids,
Practice hard all week, be ready all week if you're ready for
when I started coaching 27-ish years ago, so obviously we would love to have former players come back and contribute and give back, you know what I mean? So that's something that we push for quite often, and we've been successful at it, and a lot of kids have come back and coached. There's several kids on my staff now that have been coached by me. Several, so we encourage it. The volunteers are harder and harder to come by these days. We're not alone in that. Every organization's kind of suffering a little bit trying to find people. However, I think we've been very successful at it. I mean, I field every year a team with probably upwards of 20 staff, which is not easy. That's volunteers. Everybody's a volunteer. So there's no salaries, no money, no one gets paid. Everybody's doing it to give back to something they gave to them.
Mustangs have arrived in Quebec City. Check it out. There it is. And are a lot of these volunteers parents of children on the team?
Yeah, sure. There's parents that volunteer. I have an exceptional staff right now. I'll be honest with you. And I have guys that have been here. They were parents, and their children played 10 years ago, and they're still here. Wow. And they don't want to leave. So.
Yeah, I got three.
The Mustangs and how recruiters come to view your players. Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Yeah, well, I think that midget football is pretty much the last place kids are going to play at the amateur level, right? So once they get into CJIP and university, it's a whole other environment. The commitment is as much as it is pretty serious here, it's even more serious there. So definitely we get a lot of CJIP coaches that come out and are interested in certain players. I mean, we obviously have a working relationship with most CJIPs. So, we encourage our kids obviously to make, the right choice, and if they can have an immediate impact on a CJIP team, then we encourage them to go to CJIP in their second year rather than repeat their second year with us at the Mustangs. And those that, might not necessarily have as great of an impact, we try to, encourage them to stick around for their second year and then head off to CJIP once they've completed 2 years with us. We have had a lot of interest over the years from prep schools across the border, New York, Connecticut, and we've also sent quite a few players over the last I could easily say the last few decades anyhow, down into those schools, and they've all done really well. A lot of them, quite a few have made it to the NCAA and professional levels following that. Predominantly a few in the NFL, but quite a few in the CFL as well. I'm just one guy. There's been a lot of good coaches that have come through here and helped kids, and the organization itself has put a lot of kids in good places, in good situations, in good schools.
Wow. And you being a teacher, how do you engage or encourage your players?
Well, from the teaching side of things, I think football often offers a lot of extrinsic motivation because of this feeling of not letting down the other players on the team, not upsetting a coach or a coach warning a player, don't do this or don't do that, it would be in trouble type of thing. They're always motivated extrinsically like that. But I think, especially at the midget level, we reach a point where motivation becomes very intrinsic, and at this point players start to really focus on their own personal development, their own skill development to make themselves better, you know what I mean, rather than worry about everyone else around them. And I think that's why this level is so good,
So how long have you been with the North Shore Football League?
I think this is my 4th season.
Oh, wow.
So my son came and played here, and he had a great time. Played his 2nd year midget before going on to CJEP. That was important to him. He loved it here. He enjoyed his teammates and his coaching. And I got involved to help Jay out. And my son's moved on, and I've stuck around. So again, it's just important, I think, that young men get proper coaching so that they can have a chance to improve their game and go on and play at higher levels.
And you yourself coached college ball as well?
Oh, I've coached in the CFL for a few years as a special consultant with some teams. I coached at Concordia University for 22 years. I started playing when I was 10 years old, so I'll be 63 in June. So it's been a long time in football, and the great thing about it is it'll make me never grow up.
Nice. Now, being here with the Mustangs, what do you love the most?
What? Sorry?
What do you love the most?
What do I love the most? I just love seeing the kids out on the field every night. I go home so happy when I see somebody get a little bit better. They finally understand something, they get it, they improve on the field. I go home happy. Just that alone does it for me.
Nice. And what's the most memorable moment that you've had in your entire career?
Well, family is my favorite, and in football, I just thought it was great the first time I got to go to Alouettes training camp. I got to play in the CFL, but my first time at training camp with the Alouettes, I was 19 years old, and it was I didn't know whether to ask for autographs or go to play. And so my years in the CFL were a lot of fun, and certainly I have a lot of great memories from Concordia, and I'm building a lot of great memories here as well. So it's football is just a great game, and as I say, it's special young men that play football, and I just want to give them everything I got.
We gon' give it to you. Yeah. All up in the trenches.
So why the Mustangs?
Honestly, I've been with North Shore for now, this is my 9th season, and a lot of the kids, I know them, I've seen them, I've watched them play, grow. I've been moving up with them. Head coach Jason said, come on up. I said, why not? That's why. And I love it here.
What's your most memorable moment?
I guess I'll say last season in the North Shore Finals, Lions, we won the championship. First championship I've been a part of since I've been coaching. I won as a player, but now I'm back as a coach. So I guess winning the championship as a coach.
And how did that differ from being a player?
How did it differ? I guess you gotta watch it happen. You can't do it. So the only thing you could do is kind of hope that what you did in practice translates to the field and they pull through. And I guess seeing the kids that you kind of worked with accomplish stuff is different than working and accomplishing it yourself. So that's the difference in it too.
And do a lot of the kids come back to see you after they've left the Mustangs or left North Shore?
Well, the thing is, I never stay at the same level. I usually move up. I've been moving up, so it's like I never really stay for them to come back to see me. It's almost like I'm following them. I won't leave them alone.
How long do you want to coach for?
This is just something I did to help my community, really and truly. I wasn't really thinking of any longevity with coaching. I enjoy it though, so I haven't stopped. So sky's the limit. We'll see.
Amazing. Thank you.
Finish our hits, use the energy, and make our plays. Understand? Let's go! Okay? We're starting to work a few things. It's starting to work. We're starting to get. We only really got. They want to cross the side. Let's keep working. Make our tackle. Understood? Let's go! On 3 Rio Mustangs.
So why Mustangs?
Why Mustangs? I competed against this team for many, many years, and obviously they're very, very good. Losing to them is one thing, but seeing how well they were coached when we struggled to get bodies on the field, they take it to another level. So to be part of that is something that you strive for. And if the opportunity is there, yeah, absolutely. When I had the opportunity, I jumped at the chance. Jay took me. And it's been 5 or 6 years, I believe, that I've been here. So it's been a pleasure. You know, the kids are good. They work hard. There's no entitlement, which you would think after 27 championships, I believe they have in midget, that these kids work hard and they want it. And that's all you can ask as a coach. Guys showing up, wanting to work, putting in the time, and coaches as well showing up and giving what they give to make the kids better. Hopefully better people, not just better football players.
Nice. And what's one of your most memorable moments coaching here?
I mean, first year I coached here, we won a championship, so that helps. But it was actually a couple of years later, we walked into another city as an underdog, which doesn't happen very often. We went to Orleans, and we didn't have the most talented team. Should have lost by 20, 30 maybe. And they gave everything they got, and we pulled out the victory. And it was just a heart and soul team effort. And that made the difference. And as a coach, you can never be. You can only be proud of something like that. So that was nice. Probably my best moment.
Amazing. How long do you think that you'll be coaching here?
Until Jay fires me. I've been doing this since 1986. So it's been a while, and I keep saying I want to train the younger generation to take over for me, but they can't quite kick me out yet. So as long as they're willing to keep me, I'm willing to coach. But I'll do Mustangs, Lions, I'll go up and down, doesn't matter to me. But Mustangs is a pleasure.
Amazing. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, Mustangs!
So why the Mustangs?
It's a tradition. I've been a coach with AP in North Shore for 20 years now, so it was aggression. I love football. I played football for 20 years of my life. I still do play football in a certain extent, not tackle, but other kinds of football. So something I've always wanted to do. I love doing it, and to be the best, you always have to play for the best or coach with the best. So that's why I do it.
Nice. And what's your most memorable moment coaching?
Coaching. I've won a couple of times. So I've won with the Lions, I've won with AP, haven't won yet with Mustangs, but it's a matter of time. We've been in the finals a couple of times. But it's that winning. Seeing that kid that you've grown up with or coached all since Adam to grow into these men that are awesome football players is quite a memorable thing for me anyways. I've seen quite a few players go to university, even in CFL, so it's quite memorable for that.
Nice. And do they come back and see you after they've left?
They always do. There's always someone I see shopping or going to the grocery store. Hey coach, how's it going? And that's something pretty cool. And my wife always kids around. All these kids, but it's something I'm pretty proud of, that they know they still remember their old football coach from way back when. It's pretty memorable for me.
How long do you think that you want to be coaching for?
Until I can walk. It's not stop walking. I'm gonna still be coaching. I think. I'm pretty adamant about it. I love doing it. It's something I want to do for the rest of my life. Until they kick me out, basically.
Amazing. Thank you.
Focus, the chosen, hardly spoken, cause we aim to win, let the games begin, and let me set it off. Homie been mugging from the sideline, come kick off, we get them blown off, see we only got one shot. Take it right to the top, and that's with determination, hard work and dedication. Hard work and dedication. Hard work and dedication.